Kansas City, Missouri, Wayne Block, man, 37th and Wayne, grew up right there. But man, I started off doing poetry. I went to Paseo and I was a creative writing major. You know, I was writing poems for the girls. I'm realizing, I'm like, man, this poetry that I'm writing is pretty much just rap without the music. I got really into battle rap. That's how I really got my start. First album, I did Slush Pay for Everything. You know, him and Tifa. I had an in-store signing at 7th Heaven on May 19th, and then my mom passed on May 17th. After that, I kind of like, I went into like a dark place for like a good year, probably longer.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Scheme Heme TV. We in here today with my little cousin, Petey McGee. Y'all might also know him as Celine Ash Freeman. What's that, the Ghost Book of Power?
Yeah, man.
Y'all might also know him by Petey Sensei for all the people in Kansas City back in the day.
Yeah.
So we gonna shoot y'all to the beginning of the story. Let them know where you come from, cuz.
Man, Kansas City, Missouri, Wayne Block, man, 37th and Wayne, grew up right there with my grandma all my life. Well, shit, I can't even say all my life. I moved back and forth a bunch. My pop's family, the nigga who my mama, you know what I mean, they was in Jersey, so I was moving back and forth.
What year was you born?
I was born in 88.
88.
Yeah, I was born in 88. And yeah, man, I moved around a bunch as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But home was always right there on Wayne Block, man.
So how was it? You said you stayed with your grandma?
Yeah. My grandma stayed on Wayne. It was good, man. My childhood, I was blessed, man.
Brothers
you know
and sisters?
Yes. My sister, all my siblings are a lot older than me. So my sister, Lynn, she's like 15 years older than me. And then, you know, of course, Khalik, when I was a kid, I was around him way more, which is crazy because I ain't seen him in years now. But when I was a kid, man, he almost every weekend, he'd pick me up, take me to get shoes, take me to the movies, all stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then my younger siblings, I didn't grow up with nobody in the house, you know what I mean? So it was pretty much just me and my mama. After a point, after we moved out of where my grandma was, we popped around a little bit. I lived on 57th for like I want to say like 7 years with my mom, right on 57th and Jackson. Then I got all my homies out there. I started kicking it with all the homies out that way, all the Southeast homies. And then I started going to Paseo. I went to Paseo for high school. And it used to be crazy because it was always beef between Paseo and Southeast. And I used to be always right in the middle of that shit. Cause I'm like, well, these my homies from the hood. I stay around these niggas, I be with them every day, but I go to school with y'all my homies too. I was always trying to calm everybody down. You know how high school go, you know what I mean? All at the basketball games and football games, that rivalry and just fights used to break out.
You into any sports back then?
Yeah, I played basketball. I never was big enough to play football, man. I wanted to play, I just always got injured quick. That's why I stopped playing basketball for real too, the injuries. And my mama, when I was a kid, my mama tried to put me in boxing and shit, but they literally told her at the gym that I was too little. So, yeah, just basketball.
So what about work? Was you working any jobs back then?
Yeah, so what I did for work.
As a kid, you know,
man.
Pumping gas or shoveling snow.
All that, man. Every hustle you could think of, we was out there doing it. I remember one time we was out pumping gas on, I think, on Linwood. We was down there on Linwood, that gas station on Linwood in Indiana, somewhere down there. And me and my cousin Howard, we down there pumping gas, and my uncle, his daddy, Tukey Chase, picked us up and was like, man, what the hell y'all little niggas doing down here, man? And I remember he picked us up from the gas station, told us stop pumping people gas, put some money in our pockets, took us to the crib. I'll never forget it.
So when you start getting into the rap shit?
So I started rapping, man. I started off doing poetry. I went to Paseo and I was a creative writing major. So I used to always write, you know, I was writing poems for the girls and stuff like that. So I really got into it. And I always been a fan of hip hop music, always been a fan. I'm realizing, I'm like, man, this poetry that I'm writing is pretty much just rap without the music. So I'm like, I'm about to start putting it to music. I started putting it to the music, and then I got really into battle rap. That's how I really got my start. So I was in high school, I want to say about my sophomore, junior year. I had moved back out to the East Coast, so I was in Jersey. My little bro, dude, I call my bro Face 49. Back at the time, he go by Jeff Light now. He out in Jersey, still doing his thing. Uh, but he was starting this rap group called Buck 50. So he just came to me straight up one day like, yo, what's up, man? You rap? You trying to join my group? I'm like, yeah, what's up? I had just got out there. I'm like, I'm new here to this school. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
How old was you?
I was 15. Yeah, I'm like, let's do it. So we used to battle in the lunchroom. Like I used to get in trouble because I get calls from my teachers back to my sister. They calling her, telling her that I ain't showing up to class and stuff because I stay in the lunchroom every lunch period. I'm in there for 4 or 5 lunch periods because I'm battle rapping. And at this point, I had just got there and I became battle rap king, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in there every lunch period getting it in. And we used to do it for money, or sometimes we'd do it for little food and stuff like that, but it was just all for the love. But yeah, I had really got into, I was watching the Smack DVDs back then, so that's what got me into it, watching niggas like Reed Dollars and Cassidy and all that. So that's how I got started, man. And then once I came back here, my big cousin, Slush, I told him like, man, I'm trying to rap. I'm trying to do the rap thing. He like, man, let me hear what you got. I started spitting for him. He like, all right, you got something. He used to give me a camera. I went back to the cell. I used to take the camera to school with me. So now I'm getting all the dudes up there who rapping. I'm creating my own little Smack DVD.
What year was this?
This was 06 maybe. Like 2006, 2005, 2006, something like that. But he used to tell me like, yo, take the camera up there. I take the camera. We was recording all kind of shit we probably wasn't even supposed to have on that camera too, because we used to be in there with our little bangers and shit, and we was a little flashy niggas, so we like, man, look, we in the school with it, shit like that. But he used to see that shit and he like, oh, okay, you doing your thing. And then he used to see the nigga, my homeboy Kev from New Orleans, K Gov. He said, I see him on the tape like, yo, man, that nigga be spitting. He like, you need to get him in the studio with you when you're doing your album. First album, I did Slush paid for everything. Him and Tifa.
He the first one to put you in the studio?
Yeah, first one to put me in the studio. This was 2007, I want to say.
So you about what, 19?
Yeah, I was 18. 18. Yeah, I was 18. He the first one put me officially in the studio, because I was in Jersey. I was in the studio doing little shit, but we were never really dropping those songs. We was recording stuff and putting it on MySpace. You know what I mean? But he the first one that put me in like a real studio. You know what I'm saying? Like not nobody basement, we was going down there to Jazz. Yeah, put me in a real studio. I recorded my whole album, because I said so, my first joint down there at Jazz. And after that, man, stuff really started kind of turning up for me with the music. We started going on little tours. We was doing college tours out of town. We was doing album signings at Seventh Heaven, you know what I mean? And then because that's when we was doing the landmark shit, so we was tied in with Popper and Ron and all of them. So man, that was when music was beautiful, man. Back in 2008, you know what I'm saying? Around that era when everybody was dropping tapes and stuff. But yeah, man, he the first one put me on. After that, I stuck with the music for a minute. And my mom had passed in 2011. And when my mom passed, I kind of slowed down on the music. I always had a problem with consistency anyway, because I was a nigga that was like, man, these niggas keep telling me I'm dope and how talented I am, man. Like, why I gotta do all this other shit? I don't wanna have to do open mics. I don't wanna have to do, I'm like, nigga, I know I'm the nigga. Like, I know I'm good. So, but I ended up, I never was consistent for real. And I was right before I just got back to it. I was about to drop an album I had called Cause I Said So. It was the first album. It was called Doing Me. And it was the first album where I was like, all right, I'm doing music the way I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Everything coming from me, like from that real, you know what I'm saying? And not just like, I'm out here in the hood, I'm rapping about this stuff I see because it's what's popping. I'm like, nah, I want to do real music. And I recorded this album, and my mom passed right before I dropped it. I had an in-store signing at Seventh Heaven on May 19th, and then my mom passed on May 17th, like 2 days before, and I still went and did the in-store signing. Like, it was crazy. Block, like, wrapped around the corner, line wrapped around the corner. Like,
how did your mom pass?
It was a drug overdose, and I found her. My cousin found her, and I was down the street. I was like 2 doors down. And my cousin had found her, and my sister was calling me, and she like, get your ass down here. And I come down there, and she was on the floor on the side of her bed. But yeah, man, after that, I kind of like, I went into like a dark place for like a good year, probably longer.